This is modern homesteading. This is my 500th video. I knew this day was coming, and so I had given it quite a bit of thought, and I had several different ideas of how I'd like to commemorate this. And what seemed to me to be the most suitable was to dedicate it to you guys, my subscribers, and to give something back in a small way, a very small way. So what I'd like to do for my 500th video is I'd like to make an offer to any of you guys who have an heirloom tool that's important to you, something that was in your family, maybe belonged to your grandfather or father, or even maybe something that you have picked up recently that doesn't have that heritage. Heritage is no disqualifying factor for it. And what I would like to offer to do is to restore that tool for you. You can send it to me, and I will do a complete restoration, put a proper edge on it, custom make a handle for it if it be a tool that needs a handle, with hickory, with my maker's mark, and hand stitch a leather sheath for it. So I'm kind of leaning towards hand tools. So if it were a saw, that would be something different. But regardless, it would be done properly. So how do you make yourself eligible for this? Well, you're going to have to respond in a comment to this video, and it doesn't have to be a full-out essay or long drawn-out story, but just tell me briefly, or not so briefly, why this tool is important to you and why you would like to hold this up in the competition. And Mrs. Wranglerstar, Jack, and I will read all of these over the next couple evenings. We'll let this go for a week or so. Let's say 5 days should be enough. And then we will make a selection, and then we can get together privately and make arrangements to get that tool delivered here. So that's it. That's what we're going to do for the 500th video. Also, if you're chosen, I'll do a full set of videos on that tool as well, from the each aspect of it. It could be 2 or 3 or 4 videos, depending how comprehensive the restoration is. So that's what I'm offering. 500 videos. I've actually made a lot more than 500 videos that I've made and have been taken down over the years, but here we are with the 500. I was looking today, over 20 million video views, and coming up on 100,000 subscribers. These are numbers that a year or two ago would have been unthinkable to me. It's still hard to fathom it. The only way I can really comprehend it is to break down how many views per minute, and it's just an astonishing number. Just astonishing. I want to thank everyone for that. It's true, you don't pay to watch these videos, but you do. You pay for these with your time, and our time away from family or from the things that you want to do, hobbies or whatever that is the most valuable commodity we have, because we only have a finite amount of it on this earth, some more than others. So the obvious question is, what does the future in store for the channel? Do I have another 500 videos in me? That's hard to say. That's hard to imagine. It makes me tired just thinking about it. We live a relatively simple life here, and there's not a lot more that I could share with you than I already have without just bringing it around again. Because I have tried not to make a big effort as far as content, to go create content just for YouTube. To a certain extent you do, that maybe something that you were going to put off, you might bring it to the front burner because it would be interesting to share. But for the most part, these are things that I'm sharing with you that I would be doing anyway. And my concern is to continue on with the channel would just be, of course it would be a repeat of that. It's hard to do a video over and over again of the same thing. And so I don't know. I guess I'll do it as long as it continues to be fun. It's very different now than it was in the early days with 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers. It was where I knew everyone, and I could see their comments or their pictures, and had most likely spoken to them either on the phone or through emails, and it was an intimate affair. Now things are very different, and I have had to give up trying to keep up with all the comments because just the other day I was trying to catch up on them, and I noticed that I was 3.5 hours in the morning, and still I was not through all of them. So that's the unfortunate side of it. The other unfortunate side of it is there are so many people now that the level of negativity is difficult to deal with. It's easy to say, well, don't pay any attention to the trolls, but the bottom line is it is damaging to a person's psyche, and it's a difficult, and it can be a very consuming thing. It's a fine line. It's a razor's edge you walk running a channel at this level, because it has the desire to consume you, and it has a desire to steal away all of your time, and it's a hard thing for me. I oftentimes will have someone that will send 2 or 3 comments and they would like an answer, and because they don't get an answer personally from me, it's hurtful to them, and they think that they've been slighted, and I hate that it has to be that way, but I don't know any other way around it. It may be that person, the only person that they're reaching out to is me, and that's all that's on their mind, and that's all that they really have to deal with. I guess it's easy to forget that their voice is in a chorus of thousands and thousands of others, and it's difficult to get to. So that part of it's unfortunate, and yeah, I don't know. I have always been excited about doing videos, and just figured it would just go on for years and years, but lately, I just wonder, when will be the time to bow out and say I've done my YouTube thing, and I've done my channel, and I've received a certain amount of success on this, and to do something different. I don't know. The thing that really keeps you going, though, are the people whose lives are touched. And if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't the private messages and those of you who take the time to write and say thank you, those cover a multitude of negativity. I cannot tell you how inspiring that is. And many times when I have wondered whether I should just step away from this and go on and to do something different, those messages pull me back in, and they're very important to me. So changing lives, if you're changing lives, whether it's in a ministry somehow or a channel, then it's worth doing. It's worth making sacrifices of time. It's worth the sacrifices that are taken, that take time away from spending time with your family. Because we have an obligation to our fellow man, and so as long as it's something like that, I guess. Yeah, well, it's hard to say. So I do want to thank everyone, and good luck. If you could attach a picture to your submittal, I would appreciate that as well. You can now put links in the comment section of this video, so if you can just take a snapshot, post it somewhere and put it up. It's not required, but it would be helpful. I'd like to see kind of what I'm getting into, for sure. But oh, the AR-15 review. I promised you the AR-15 review. You will get it. There is a queue of things. I didn't want to do that for the 500th video, but I will get it up here in the next day or two, so I'm sorry for the delay on that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.